Hello, ladies, gentlemen, and non binary peeps. This is Brandon Pilcher from Artist and Author Extraordinaire. And today I'd like to do the somewhat unscripted opinion on the recent trailer that came out for the next Jurassic Park slash World movie today. It came out today, actually. It's it's basically a trailer for the seventh movie in the series Jurassic World Rebirth, and I have some thoughts on it that are kind of, I would say, veer between cautiously optimistic and mixed. On the one hand, I Jurassic Park is my favorite movie of all time, and I actually enjoy most of the sequels except for Jurassic Park 3. Even the sequels that most people don't like Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom and Jurassic World Dominion, I actually kind of enjoy. I actually find them kind of enjoyable. Definitely flawed, and none of the sequels are on the level of the original Jurassic Park, but I could sit through them again. I do find them kind of watchable, and of course, I actually do like the very first Jurassic World movie or the fourth Jurassic movie, and I think it's probably the best of the sequels, even if it's, again, none of these sequels are on the level of the original Jurassic Park. So I'll have to talk. I'm going to be talking about my impressions of the trailer that just came out for Rebirth today. Well, I'll start with the positives. The dinosaurs do look pretty cool. They're all, as far as I can tell, they're all CGI. They don't seem to be using animatronics this time, which is a bit of a disappointment. I do think practical effects definitely have a certain real do feel have a certain solidity, a certain real feel to them that CGI hasn't yet matched. But other than that, they do look pretty cool. The Spinosaurus redesigns, as far as I could see of them, they do look pretty cool. It's nice that they're going for an aquatic take on the Spinosaurus instead of just making it a glorified up T Rex but bigger version like they did in Jurassic Park 3. I have never liked the Jurassic Park 3 Spinosaurus. It's basically T Rex but bigger, which was never accurate. And even back then, we knew that Spinosaurus was a specialized fish eater rather than the apex predator they were portraying it as in Jurassic Park 3. And I really never liked how it was portrayed as being capable of beating up the T Rex single handedly in that movie because, well, I'll admit, Tyrannosaurus Rex is my favorite dinosaur, and I don't like seeing other big meat eaters kill it, especially with the callousness they did in Jurassic Park 3. They were basically trying to dethrone it, which I did not like. And thankfully, this is why I kind of like the big fight at the end of the first Jurassic World movie, because it was cathartic seeing the T Rex reclaim her crown by giving the Dominus Rex such a big beating. Even if she didn't deliver the final killing blow, she still gave it enough of a beating that it just felt good, especially after Jurassic Park 3. So anyway, we're going to talk about Rebirth. Yeah, I do. I also do kind of like the tropical that we're going back to a tropical backdrop, even though I have reservations about the island setting. Actually, I'll get to that. I'll get to that when we talk about the negative stuff. But seeing dinosaurs in a jungle environment is kind of neat again, especially after the snowy and temperate environments of Dominion and to a lesser extent Fallen Kingdom. It's nice seeing them going back to the jungle, even if it's kind of. I know that's a stereotypical environment for dinosaurs. I know dinosaurs lived in a variety of different environments, and that polar areas during the dinosaur age would have been temperate. They would have been kind of like the Seattle region or Pacific Northwest. It would have been temperate rainforest. But I think most of the dinosaurs lived in fairly warm climates like savannas and jungles and bayous, like in tropical subtropical environments like savannas, deserts, and jungles and bayous and basically those kind of environments. I'm sorry, I'm rambling. This is unscripted. I told you that. Anyway, it's nice seeing them in a tropical ecosystem again, but that kind of moves on to the part I'm critical of. I don't like that this is going to be another island. Like, I would rather this be a tropical environment on the mainland because you know how Dominion basically is all about dinosaurs being spread all over the world. I'd rather if they're going back to the tropics, I'd rather be somewhere in the mainland, like maybe Central America. I do like the ancient ruins in the background of some shots. I think those are really cool. I like seeing dinosaurs among ancient ruins, but I'd rather those be Mesoamerican ruins in Central America or maybe southern Mexico rather than um, rather than on an island, because the island thing's been done before, done in this series before. I think in general that's kind of the big problem I have with Rebirth. From what I've heard of the plot, is that it seems to be basically Jurassic Park 3 all over again. Say what you will about Dominion and Fallen Kingdom, at least those tried moving the franchise in a somewhat different direction. Like they were trying to do new things with it. Like they were trying to put dinosaurs and parts of the world they weren't there. They instead of just going to the island to meet dinosaurs again. I mean, even the first Jurassic World, while it did have a lot of bare bones in common with the first Jurassic Park, at least it introduced some new elements like the hybrid theme um, and the actual working park theme. They were Jurassic World phase the franchise actually tried doing some new things because they knew they couldn't be all about guys going to an island with dinosaurs and getting eaten. They knew they couldn't just do that throughout the whole series. So I'm not happy that they're basically going back to that formula. Like at least if if you're going to have dinosaurs again, have it be on the mainland. Maybe like, or already said that point. I'm sorry, I'm rambling again. This is unscripted. I emphasize that. Anyway, I'm trying to. Well, I lost my train of thought here. Oh yeah. Well, I'm also, even though the hybrid thing was kind of worked for Jurassic World's themes, I'm not a big fan of it returning again in Jurassic World Rebirth. If you look at the trailer, you can see that there's a some kind of gorilla-like dinosaur, some kind of dinosaur that's walking that with long forelegs. It's basically was described in an interview in Vanity Fair as being like the Rancor from Star Trek Star Wars. Excuse me, Star Wars. It's basically a mix between a dinosaur and the Rancor from Star Wars, and I'm not crazy about that. Like I said, hybrids were fine for Jurassic World's themes. But I don't want to. And I guess the Indoraptor from Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom was okay. It wasn't underwhelming compared to the first Indominus Rex because it was a lot smaller and less powerful. But it still it still was okay. It was a little underwhelming, but okay. But by the time the Scorpius Rex came out in the Camp Cretaceous series on Netflix, it was getting kind of overkill. And right now, with this new mutant or whatever it is coming out, appearing in Rebirth, it's definitely overkill. Come on, real dinosaurs are the big draw of the franchise. We don't really need more hybrids, or mutants, or abominations, or whatever you want to call them. Okay, as far as with those reservations aside, I am not. I don't think it's going to be completely. I would be surprised if it was pleasantly surprised. I would be unpleasantly surprised if it were completely terrible. I kind of expect it to be kind of enjoyable, not really smart, but enjoyable. I will say that I don't think changing the director and screenwriter are going to amount to much in terms of the film's quality. Like a lot of people did not like how Colin Trevorrow directed and wrote the scripts for for the previous three movies, but I don't think, if I'm being honest, I don't think he was. I think he was basically doing the best he could with what he was given to do, and I think in the end, it's the executives and the Universal Studios who are calling the shots on how these movies are made. Like they could necromance Michael Crichton out of the grave and have him write the script for the next Jurassic World movie, and it still would have the issues that we've seen in the Jurassic World movies so far. And I mean, the scripts. I do kind of enjoy these movies, but the scripts could be a lot better, and frankly, I don't think they're going to be better. I'd be surprised if they were better this time. The plot so far as I know, is that they're basically going to get DNA from three of the largest dinosaurs ever existed, which in order for some medical breakthrough, and I don't see how the size of the dinosaurs is going to matter much. It sounds so much like a Pokemon Quest. I really doubt this movie is going to have a much better story, much better script than the Trevorrow films. I mean, Colin Trevorrow may not be a perfect screenwriter, but I don't think again, it's the studios it's the people running the studio that are calling the shots. They are what is dictating how these movies are like, rather than any individual director or screenwriter. I know that David Coep, the guy who wrote the original script for the original Jurassic Park, I know people liked what he did, like the original. I know he was a screener for the original Jurassic Park, and he's writing the script for Rebirth, but he kind of had the original Michael Crichton's work he had Michael Crichton to lean on. when writing the for writing Jurassic Park. He doesn't have that this time, and you know, I'll be honest, I'm not sure. And he has produced some scripts that people didn't like before, so he's not impeccable either. He's not. His track record isn't perfect either. So yeah, like I said, I don't think the director and screenwriter being someone other than Colin Trevorrow is going to change much in terms of quality. That said, as that said, again to reiterate, I do think it'll probably be very enjoyable, somewhat fun movie, a very enjoyable dinosaurs in the island romp. I just don't think it's going to be innovative, and I don't expect it to be on the level of the original Jurassic Park, and it'll probably just be a turn your brain out blockbuster. But that's all it'll ever be. A fun turn your brain out blockbuster. That's all it'll ever be. Now, yeah, that's kind of my impression, but we'll have to see the movie to have an informed opinion. And I might make another video like this reviewing the movie, but until then, I don't know. Sorry, I'm sorry. This is still unscripted. Well, anyway, that's my thoughts in the trailer, and I'm glad to have gotten my thoughts out there. So this is Brandon Pilcher signing off. Have a nice day, and look, and hope you get something out of Rebirth when it comes out. Thank you. Goodbye.